Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Always, and welcome back to StoneBlock. In the last episode, we were working on a couple of different things. One of the big things we were trying to do was clear out the lava that's way up there so that we can maybe start setting up some, setting up the solar panels and whatnot. And we're looking at how difficult those were to make, and they're pretty difficult. So we'll get there. Between episodes, I went ahead and kind of wired up some stuff in preparation for today. Namely, got all of this stuff almost ready. I forgot, we still need to make a little bit more energy conduits. I also taught the system how to make a handful of other things, including these flux points, because we're going to need a lot of those, I'm guessing. We also need to make an interface today. So that should not be a problem. So what all do we need? We need a piece of redstone. Let's just use this for right now. We don't have much redstone currently, so that's kind of a problem. Importer, exporter, and machine casing. Oh, I've taught it how to make the interface, so there we go. It'll make one. I couldn't remember if I taught it how to do that or not. Have more patterns. We were setting up some stuff with the automation down here. That's also what we were doing with the basic smelting factory and whatnot. Still plenty of things to do, but yeah, I was setting up basically all the filters and everything. Currently, this is the only sieve that will work. Sieve, whatever. And I've got these big item filters set up so that they'll only allow certain things. So this one's blacklisted for all of the ore pieces, and then all of the products from this guy, because I have to have this turned so that it will try to put things into here, but the gold pieces have a chance of giving us cinnabar, and that's not something we can smelt, so that needs to be extracted out. And so we have a blacklist filter for all of the pulverized stuff that will come out of this, that we want to get cooked up, except for one thing, which unfortunately I don't have any. So everything else in this chest can basically be thrown into the system. The only thing that's weird is the crushed black quartz. I swear I can speak. This stuff is, well, it would need to get furnaced, and I don't have a path to get there, and I don't really want to make a path because that puts more problems, to be honest. So that's not something I want to do. So we'll just have to tell the system how to deal with that later. The smelting factory will be good enough for that. But we do need some more energy conduits. So let's get those. Energy conduits. They look different than they used to. Yeah, there they are. And we just need some conduit binder. Do we know how to make that? Of course not. Alright, so conduit binder, something like that. We just need some gravel, which we have, and just make 2 sets of that. We're going to go manually put this into the factory, the smelting factory, and that will make it a lot better. So eventually we'll speed things up so that auto crafting goes incredibly fast, and eventually we'll just be using AMC for a lot of this stuff. So give and take. Now something we need to do before we get too heavily into a lot of stuff, I want to grab, we have some chests. I want to grab a chest and let's put it right here for now, and we need to get coarse fruit. So I want to get coarse fruit, and you'll see why here soon, but we can get coarse fruit from coarse flowers, and we can get those from loot bags of epic. So we need some epic loot bags. Luckily we have plenty down here. Yeah, we only have 600 of these. So let's just take a bunch. Does this not have client settings? Oh hey, I forgot I can bookmark stuff. So we can get rid of this, and I can bookmark both of these. Cool. So we need coarse fruit. So what we need to do with this is come back to our chest and try to get chorus fruit. Now, one thing that I'm going to want to do relatively soon is set up a couple of different things. I'm going to want to set up a storage bus thing onto the mob farm so that we can see all of our loot. Also going to want to set up a... Do we have any chorus fruits? Diamond upgrade, Infernium apple, ooh, a diamond sword. Unusing, I don't know what that does. Cyclic building scepter. Most of these are not that good. Some dimensional shards, that's actually really nice. Cow in a jar. Gas tears, okay. So let's take some of this stuff out. And the rest of the stuff, I guess let's just open like so. I really just want... Hey, exotic miner. Cool. So can we put most of this stuff away? We'll do that. We'll take that. Alright, so we have two more. And of course we didn't get what we wanted. Of course. So this chest is also filled with stuff. So I just want to go ahead and put a lot of this stuff in here. We have plenty of storage room, so I'm not too concerned about that. But we need to do something about... I guess let's just open them completely. There's not too many things we can get from this, so eventually we will get what we want, which is the chorus flowers. These are the epics, right? And uses... Yeah, chorus flowers. I don't know why it's so difficult, but... we're bound to get one eventually. So let's put some of this stuff away. Some of the other stuff we have a lot of moving wands, which is kind of cool, but not really useful, to be honest. Alright, so that had those. More stuff we don't really care about. More stuff we don't really care about. We're getting a lot of gold armor. And diamond swords, which is kind of whatever, but at the same time, like, I'm not going to use them probably, so... I guess let's take everything out that stacks. This stuff... I don't know if the ender tethers stack or not, but... Spectre coil. Oh, that's kind of cool. Anything else? Nah, okay. So let's just put this stuff in here. I guess let's grab another chest. Let's grab both chests, and we'll just make a little bit of a stack. A lot of this stuff will kind of reprocess and whatnot, but we just need some chorus fruit, so... And that should be picked up. Perfect. Cool. By now, we should have everything else that we were waiting for, so... just a matter of time getting all these loot bags kind of piled through so that we can collect what we want, which is chorus fruit. Because that is the easiest way I've found, at least at this time, to get creative flight, which we're going to need in order to get rid of all the lava up top. And there's some chorus fruit, chorus flowers. Now we have a whole bunch of it, so cool. Now, can we easily turn this into... Hi, it's required for the Botanic Miner. Tier 3, tier... Wow, even the tier 1 requires... Does it require any type of... No, it actually requires a chorus flower. Huh. Okay, so we need to just get... the chorus fruit itself, and then we can put it in here and get a bunch of stuff. In fact, I think I want to teach the system how to make the bonsai pots. So first of all, hoppers should not be that difficult. We'll teach it this recipe because that's a little bit easier. And then the bonsai pot itself. And then we can teach it bricks. And let's see, that will go in there. We need a crafter. We're missing a diamond. Ugh, that's not good. I don't know if we have any more diamonds. Oh, man. So we can get diamonds from these guys if we had... actually, we can just pulverize that. So, isn't there a crusher recipe? Isn't that the horse armor or something? Oh well, let's go ahead and we'll get power to all this stuff. So put the flux point right there. Select the network and all that fun stuff. And so that should give everything here power. And real quick, I just want to pulverize this. Okay, that should be working. And it's just taking, that's odd. It takes a good bit of time. It only uses 20 RF per tick though, so that's fine. So we're going to probably want to speed these guys up fairly soon. But just going to spam click to hopefully get that in there. Perfect. So we have a couple more diamonds. We'll probably want to make some more pulverizers later, but that'll be fine. So, crafter. We should have the rest of the energy conduits we could make. Energy conduits. There they are. Alright, so with that taken care of, we just need to plug this guy in. And this will start crushing. We'll get gravel from that. These guys will start sifting. And then we just need our interface with a single item conduit, which I believe we have. And interface. Cool. So the only thing left we need to do, which we'll get to in just a second, we need to grow these chorus flowers so that we can actually get stuff out of it. Alright, so this is going to be insert, extract, always active. So anything that comes in here will go straight into the system, which is awesome. That's what we want. So obviously we're not going to be sifting anything, no dust or sand currently, but we'll get to that later. Do we have the crafter yet? We do. Let's go install that down here. And we can put these guys in there. So we can go ahead and teach this, or tell the system to make a... I didn't actually teach it how to make the hopping bonsai. So switch that back. Get that pattern taken care of and put that in here. Now something we're probably going to want to do, we're using a lot of power. I'm actually going to turn this active with signal. And let's grab a lever so we can turn that on and off. So basically we don't want to run out of power quite yet. We need resources, but we really need to kind of focus on getting more power before we can really run all these machines as much as we want. And this is extract, never active. Okay, so that's never active. That's fine. Just take that out. So actually let's turn that to always active. And they all swing their arms at the same time. I don't know why. I think it's just because how the mod's made, but it's an interesting thing. Alright, so the next thing we need is endstone. We need some endstone. Luckily we have it. And let's just pop... I guess let's just pop up here to a relatively empty room. We're going to put that down, put the coarse fruit on top, and we have a watering can, so that's what we're going to use. And perfect. We'll get some coarse fruit. We can break this. And then, the fun part. Let's get a hopping bonsai pot. It'll craft it up. We're going to also want another chest. So let's go ahead and get one of these. And what we can do is just right here in the corner, we will get the other bonsai pot. Of course, it finishes as soon as I look away. And we can start getting some coarse fruit. So, end stone, coarse fruit. And it will grow and all that kind of stuff. It'll take a little bit of time. It's not nearly as fast as anything else. But that's fine for right now. Alright, with that taken care of, let's get the thing that's going to help us make the lava go away, which is the antimatter evaporator. So if we look at what we should have sugar. We have sugar canes. We just need 2 of these. So we'll just go ahead and do something like that. But we do need sponges. And sponges are a little bit more difficult to make. There's a couple of different ways we can get it from essence, but we don't have many of these essences, so that's not really going to work. Yellow wool, wood chippings, and slime blocks we can do though. So wool itself is not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yellow. How are we going to get yellow dye? It's dandelions, right? We just need 4 of these. Actually, we need twice that many. We need 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now eventually we'll be able to make. We could get more dandelions if we want, but we will be able to make the dye essence eventually. I think the big things we're missing for the dye clusters is the ink sacs, which we have a chicken up here who's already giving us that. So let's go ahead and capture him. I really should have put a gate on this. And we have 1 ink sac so far, so that's not too bad. We can go ahead and put him in there. Put the ink sacs in there as well. And we just need to get more ink sacs for the dye essence. We need 4 of those, so let's look at dye seeds, and I'm actually going to go ahead and click off of that so I can save those. So orange and all that kind of stuff is a little bit of a pain as well, but I believe, I could be wrong on this. Let's see if this works. We put this here. No, the 2 tall flowers, so sunflowers would work. Do we have any sunflowers? No. Can we get sunflowers? Probably not. Mana infusion? No, not really. Not easily anyways. Okay. So we can get plenty of yellow dye, but we need to get the most out of this. The crusher gives us 3. The pulverizer gives us 4. Sag mill will also give us a chance for the clippings and trimmings to get organic green dye. But we can get that other ways. Easier ways too. So I think the best way is going to be pulverizer, so we're going to need 1 more dandelion. I only have a few of these, so I don't want to use them all if I can help it. And you are still running out of power. Take some of my food. Alright, so do that. And we're going to have to be quick. I'm going to just spam click. There we go. Cool. So there is the yellow wool. We're going to need slime blocks. That's easy enough. Slime blocks are just going to be congealed slime. I believe, can't you put... we can just turn those into slime balls. And we're going to need 2 slime blocks. So 1, 2. Easy enough. And then the last thing we need for the sponge is wood chippings, which is just hammering wood. So I think we can just use this. And see if this works. Haha, it does. Cool. So we can make some sponges. 1, 2. Perfect. And then we can make the antimatter evaporator. So this guy, how do we change its... how do we change its mode? I've got to look that up. Controls. Can we just search mode? Mode switch key M. That's IC2. Can I just search Cyclic? Is it V? Might be V. Let's see if we can find Cyclic. Crafting tweaks. Cyclic. Nothing. Okay, so it's probably V. Maybe not. What's the uses? Doesn't say. So there's probably some key bindings that are conflicting. Look at that charge. Alright, we'll see if that works. No, didn't work. I'll have to figure out what the cyclic key binding is, but we'll get to that in a moment. So we need coarse fruit. We have 1. This might take a while. In order to get the glowing coarse fruit, we need 8 of them. And so, how close are we? We need 4 more. Okay, so we should have another flower. Let's just do this the old-fashioned way. Get some end stone. And we're going to go downstairs and do the same thing we did before. Actually, we can just do it right in here. So where's our watering can? That'll work. Now if we break that, we get the flower back. Yes. And we can do it again. And so we can harvest more flowers and get plenty of coarse fruit. So I think that's exactly enough. Perfect. So I really need to figure out the key binding to change this guy. But otherwise, we should be good to deal with stuff. So we're going to right-click that. It's not right-clicking. No. Shift right-clicking. No. How about if we hold it in our hand? Controls. Mode. Change tool mode. Mode switch. Change mode. Change fluid mode. I don't know. Oh man, Cyclic, why are you doing this to me? Okay, so we'll just scroll down. It says for Cyclic there is a couple of key bindings that are not used. Extended inventory, item shift down, H maybe? What else is with H? Warp GUI? Don't care about that. Anchor. Don't care about that. Okay. That's hats. Okay, so, I don't know what to do about this. Alright, so I will tell you guys what. Let's climb up here. I'm going to go look up how to change the items, change the mode, and we'll see how effective this is. We have our lava charm, or fire charm, so lava's not going to be a problem for us. We have our horse fruit so that we can get a couple minutes of creative flight, and yeah, we should be able to kind of finish this up. I just kind of, the goal for today's episode was just this. Let's clear a big swath. You know, I realize I'm gonna need blocks, so I'll tell you guys what. I'll be right back. We're gonna clean up the lava. That is kind of the goal for today, so that we can start setting up. So we can start working towards setting up solar panels, so that we can get a lot more power. So yeah, that's the plan. I'll be right back. Well then, I wouldn't have guessed how to change the key binding for this because, well, there's no actual key binding. It's kind of weird. But is it left click? Yes, you left click on a block. So we should be able to just right click. And there goes a lot of lava. And then let's go ahead and eat one of these coarse fruits. It's going to give us creative flight for a couple of minutes, I think. So, hey, cool. It works. So we can just remove a good bit of lava. It's a little bit laggy, but hey, we can actually place blocks up here. Now we also need to put torches because they're above. They are above. Yeah, building limit. It's right at the building limit, so we can place blocks up here, sorta. But let's get rid of all this lava. And this should be a nice area for what we want to use it for, which is, of course, so this is the corner, and this will be the corner. For solar panels, this will work just fine. Now we might get mobs spawning up here, but we'll just make sure everything's nice and torched up. But yeah, that should be fine. We can get rid of a lot of this stuff. And we can't put anything there, so we might want to. We'll keep an eye on this, just in case, like, there is any sort of mob spawnage. We can always just replace those blocks with something that would not allow things to spawn. So something that is transparent. Glass would be actually really cool. In fact, I might go ahead and do that. And then I also want to, just because, we're going to come down here for a second. We're going to put our water down. And I want to break this guy and replace it with lava. I just want to do that just so it's a little bit nicer. But yeah, we can put, we can clear out this area, go down a little bit, and we have plenty of space for, well, plenty of space for the whole, solar panel thing. So that was kind of the goal for today's episode, clearing that out. That's what I want to do. This thing is actually really powerful. We'll have to remember that. But next time, I think the plan is going to be, we're going to start getting into environmental tech. Now that is going to be an absolute pain, just because of just kind of the nature of it. Environmental tech is going to require us to get a lot of a lot of new crystals. It's changed since the last time I've really played with it, so that's not a big problem. But the crystals to begin with, so at Enviro, we need these Litherites crystals, which is going to require a lot of diamonds, and we can get more of these from void ore miners, which is pretty good. However, that is going to require more litherite anyways, so we're going to need a block of diamonds for that, 2 blocks of diamonds for that. Everything else is not too difficult. A bunch of iron and redstone, and black concrete, which we can make. And that shouldn't be too bad, especially if we can get plenty of ink sacs and dye seeds. So that's kind of the plan with all that. We need to work on chickens here soon. That'll be something to do as well. But kind of the idea is, wait, what? Am I out of power? Yes. So what is using up all of our power? Are these machines still working? Okay, so we're gonna need more power very soon. Let's go ahead and disable everything just so that this can gain more power. So yeah, we're gonna need more power like immediately. And if we look at power generation, there is a handful of quests. We can start looking at the higher tier solar panels, reactors, maybe it'd be better to get to reactors first. Reactors can be very expensive, but we're gonna need uranium, and we can get that from yellowite ore. So it looks like it's going to use only uranium. Now that might be radioactive, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But yeah, yellorium dust will give us yellorium. Reactor casings, it's just a bunch of iron at the end of the day, and that shouldn't be too bad. Okay, and graphite is just coal or charcoal smelted up again. Alright, I think maybe we'll go for a big reactor. That might be a good idea, and then we can kind of focus on everything else. Now, if we do need to get the hazmat suit, that is not too bad. We're just going to need some rubber or plastic. I believe rubber we can get from smelting sticky resin, which we can get from rubber tree sapling. The only problem with that is getting a rubber tree sapling. So I'm not entirely sure what we can do about that. We'll figure something out. We might have to get into industrial foregoing to get this sort of plastic. And that is a bit of a pain, but it's not too bad. So we'll kind of play it by ear. We'll see what's going to be the best way to handle things and go from there. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, next time power seems to be on the order, so that's what we're gonna focus on, and we can go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.